Okay, it's time. Seems you're live. Hi, hello, good afternoon, good evening, wanakam, hola, from whichever part of the world you're joining from. I'm Mudit. I'm one of the founding members of DeFi, and I'm super happy to welcome you all to this really interesting session today. We'll probably wait for a few minutes for people to join in. Meanwhile, if you can hear me, I would really urge you to maybe drop a hi or something like that so that I can know that yes, we are live across platforms. People can hear us clearly the way they're supposed to. And yeah, that will be helpful. So just drop a hi comment. And while doing that, please feel free to introduce yourself, what you do, where you come from, so that that will be a great way for you to introduce yourself to other people in the community who are joining in this really inspiring session today. So yeah, so we'll wait for a minute or so for people to join in. By the way, Mahesh is with us already. He's in the backstage. I'll be looping him in very shortly. Um, so yeah, that's just a quick info around it. But yeah, we'll probably wait for a minute or so. Okay, Alan says hi. Hi, Alan. By the way, my video and audio is perfectly fine, right? People can hear me clearly across platforms, whichever platform you're joining from. You can just comment there, so that it'll help us to understand if you can hear me clearly. I'll also check across platform once. Yep. Seems we are perfectly fine live on YouTube. We'll also check on DeFi's LinkedIn once. Um, yeah, we are live there as well. Awesome. So there are people who are seeing us right now. Awesome. Great. So we'll get started. Um, Hi, hello, welcome everyone. For those who do not know me, I'm a part of DeFi. We are a Belgian startup and a global data science community platform. We started around 2 years ago with a mission to democratize data science education and bring together a community of problem solvers around data science. And in this quest, we have been, able to build a community of 100K plus AI enthusiasts from 140 plus countries. So it's a truly global platform and a vibrant community where people are willing to help each other. The goal of these live sessions where I'm interacting with you and more people are coming in is where we can get to invite some of the most inspiring, some of the most brilliant data science minds out there who are making an impact with their work in the field of technology and data science. With that note, we have Mahesh with us today, and we'll be talking about leveraging AI for driving inclusion. And we'll also learn more about his work at ProxMaq, how he does what he does, what are the challenges that he faces as an entrepreneur, and more things around it. Okay. By the way, I have understood that in the past, a fair section of people who join these sessions are new to DeFi. So for everybody, I'll just give a very quick intro of 1 minute or so about DeFi. So for those who are new to DeFi, they can just go to defi.tech/community. Once you do that, you will see that you can see those courses, challenges, boot camps, and more section here. Courses is where we basically have created 25 plus data science courses, which are 100% free. By the way, every single resource on DeFi is contributed by industry experts and is completely free of cost, including the certificates and everything. No freemium model, nothing. In this case, you can go and start whichever course you want to. Just use the filter that you would like based on your level of understanding as of now. Apart from that, we have AI challenges where you can come and apply your AI skills and solve some really interesting problem statements. There are boot camps that we keep on running. These are cohort based courses. They start on a fixed date, end on a fixed date, and people get to learn with everybody during this particular process. And the last bit is the live sessions. This is a weekly live session that we conduct where people like Mahesh come forward and share their time with all of us to educate, share about their work, and inspire us. So that's where we are. We are in this particular session today. So today we'll be talking about using AI to drive inclusion. Okay, talking about Mahesh particularly. Mahesh is somebody he hails from Andhra Pradesh in India. He's a data scientist. He's a self-learned data scientist. And what he did is basically he was studying in his computer science education program, like most of the FANG aspirants today. And but what happened is he met with an accident, and that impacted his cervical spine. Interestingly, most people would usually get demotivated, they might quit, but this particular gentleman decided to use technology to help others like him. So he started learning data science, he learned data science on his own, and then he's now building an AI startup where he's practically has built a smart glasses on today's date for blind people. That's the kind of spirit that he has shown in the past, and an inspiring person that he is. Based on the conversations that we have had with him in the past, he's a very inspiring person, and I'm sure the ones who will be learning from him today will go back with a set of motivation, learning, and a lot of other things to take away with. So let me just loop in Mahesh as well. So yeah, Mahesh is live. Hi Mahesh.
Yeah, hi, Nivit. Thank you very much for this wonderful opportunity in this evening to meet all the great people around the world to DeFi. And yeah, I met with Chanakya a week or 10 days before, and he explained what DeFi is doing and how it's connecting with data science and ML community all over the world. And he proposed me to make a session about ProxMaq and myself. And I was just feel like it's my great honor to be part of DeFi. And yeah, I agreed to that. So yeah, today's session we will cover. Let me share my screen.
Sure, sure. I'll go to the back end.
Nidit, can you
Yeah,
enable?
yeah, sure, sure.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Yeah, yeah. Can you see my screen? Okay,
Yes, yes,
so
you're fully
today we're
fine.
gonna cover these topics. So first, about my story, my life story, and the importance of inclusive society, and role of AI in building an inclusive society, and inception of ProxMaq, and current goals and vision of ProxMaq, and challenges that we are facing at ProxMaq now. So we'll cover the topics in this way, but actually the main relation is not like in this way. So first, I am here because I started. I wanted to build an inclusive society for where any every disabled person, can push his physical and social boundary and let them participate society like everyone. So in that time, I started ProxMaq. So to start ProxMaq, you must know what my qualification and why I have started with ProxMaq and what actually led me to build this AI powered smart glasses and all these assistive tech devices for disabled people. So honestly, till before June 15, 2015, I really don't have any idea about the inclusive society, and I don't have any intention to make build this inclusive society. So my goals were just complete this the BTech graduation CSC and complete my masters in AI and something cool stuff in AI. So suddenly it was that day, 2015 to 15 Monday. Uh, with the accident, I actually went to El Shiva temple near my village, and so here are my last pics at that temple. So I came to the temple, and it was around 3 p.m. Yeah, 3 p.m. And it was a rainy day, so I thought, yeah, there is a tree just near my road to my home, and my home's current lines, power lines are passing through the tree branches. So I decided to cut those branches around the power lines, and yeah, it will be safe. Otherwise, there will be many huge problem. So I had cut and I dropped and almost done. So when I stepped up from the tree, I don't know how, but I suddenly flipped back and had my leg side top position, and my head hardly overturned this right side. So immediately that moment, I lost all my sensations and all my both upper limbs and the lower limb movements. I just cannot move my limbs. I stayed in that position for around half an hour because it was an afternoon, so no one is there. Luckily, after an half an hour, there was a lady walking on road, and she recognized me, and she called everyone. So that went to hospital. So my father and my mother were uneducated. I mean, they don't know what has happened to me. Luckily, I know about what happened to me that time, because I I did a press seminar on this kind of technology, brain gate technology, that uses that implants electrode into brain for that helps people. So I did this seminar, presented this seminar in my college. So that way I exactly know what happened to me. So my father actually thought it was an electric shock, so that they tried to take me to local hospital, RMB doctor, and then I suggested him that uh, it's not an electric shock; it is something big thing happened to me, and asked him to take me to super specialty hospital. And yes, I was right. And they admitted me in near super specialty hospital, and they said it is a high level cervical spine injury at my C4 to C7 level. So even that hospital don't have enough equipment to treat me. And then immediately after 1 hour, after completing the procedures like MRI and CT scan, they transfer me to Hyderabad Super Specialty Hospital NIMS, and there I went to surgery. They fixed my cervical spine. So here you can see those fix my spine through screws and plates, so that it stabilized my neck. Otherwise, my neck was not like this. So it's just for this side and that side, and I have no movements in my upper limbs and lower limbs. I'm just like a laying like a dead body. Just my eyes were blinking. That's the only difference. And then after went through this surgery, some dangerous conditions has started to arrive. Like after the surgery, after 2 days of the surgery, I went through deadly breathing problems. I was not able to breathe properly. So, and also I was not able to hold ventilation. So, the doctor said I was very weak to know bear that ventilation, and oxygen is obviously is not enough. Uh, So luckily, I went through that situation and those conditions, and yeah, I am here now to do this session. So after that, I discharged. I spent around 1 month in that hospital, and then I discharged, just like in shape of skeleton, no flesh. I mean, very skinny. Even my neighbors also scared to see me. So yeah, so I was in that position, and after a few months, like after 4 months, I lost my dad due to failure in our heart surgery. And then uh, and then started some dramatic situations in my life. So my neighbors started excluding me, like they thought my relatives, my neighbors treat me like I'm like an alien. So they thought they stopped to send their kids to my home. They thought I am my bad luck. And then I went through some situations like and then I had gained some movements for my hands and my left hand, some few fingers movements, and then I started to using laptop, and I trained my fingers to pressing laptop buttons and browsing through internet and operating mousepad like that. And I asked my friends to buy a new laptop so that they have maybe their second-hand laptop. So yeah, so again I started learning. Yeah, actually I was interested in AI and machine learning from my diploma time. I did my diploma in computer science as well. So that from that time, I was very curious in AI along with physics and astronomy. So immediately I started learning machine learning. So through YouTube channels, and then uh, and then I realized that why we cannot build that why we cannot use this AI, and why we cannot solve the struggles that people like me going through hell like situations like me. And then I came up with this idea, and I contacted with Dawal Patel, and he provided me his team to build I mean to build the basic machine learning models. So then it started there. So yeah, actually, see, it's not just me. Then I realized that it's not just me to happen like this, excluding from the society, relatives, even the family. Not just me. So it's happening to billions of people like me around the world, and they have huge potential uh, to do something to use to the society and to the world. But an unfortunate event in their life, deciding their fate. It should. I thought it should not be the case, because one is single one, and one event and one physical abilities cannot let the cannot let decide people what to do and what to achieve. Then I realized the importance of inclusive society, where everyone like me cannot should not feel that they are disabled and they cannot do anything and their life is over, and let people think they are bad luck and they are impure, and they are useless and their value is zero. So then people who went through this face, very immense pressure inside, and most of them, if you see the stats, most of the blind disabled people, over 60%, commit suicide just because of the social exclusion. So, and not only this is the personal a community problem, but this is a very dangerous situation for the whole humanity. So people like disabled people, there are 1 billion plus disabled people around the world, and it is 15% of the world population. If the 15% of the world population are going through this kind of you know hell like life, and if the society cannot provide them the necessary uh, social inclusion, access to the economy and to the global workspace, then definitely it would be very, it is not good for the whole mankind in future. So because these people have huge potential to do, they have something in their minds their dreams. They have something, burning desire to do something for society. So just because of these events, just because of these insults in society, they all, their dreams are just dead. So this is why I started, to end this problem, not just for me, and for the entire, different able person and people in society. So that, I started this. For that aim, I started this, ProxMaq, to build assistive devices for disabled people. And then, so why choose AI? So why I choose AI? So that is the thing. Actually, this is, we are living in a technology era. So obviously, without in these times without AI, uh, there is almost no meaning for technology, because AI is almost involved in almost all applications we are using now today. And just, in from Facebook to Amazon, and every application we are using AI. So we cannot separate technology and the AI. We cannot talk separately. And yeah, it's not coincidence to choose AI, because I am using technology. I must use artificial intelligence to build these devices, and to include these people again, to the society. So that, I want to build this, I want to fulfill this gap, just because of they lost their physical abilities. They are excluded from society. So why cannot use that, this technology that we have today, to bring these abilities back to those people they deserve? And then, I'm not giving them any money, any jobs, or any, just I'm giving them what they lost, so that they will participate, and they feel no difference from other people around them. So yeah, if you see in this page, if that person can climb that steps, there will be no difference between the other man and him. So this is what actually I am trying to do, and nothing more, I'm trying to do. And then, so see, if we can do this, by using this technology, we are building AI, self-driving cars, and some dancing robots. If we can do this with the technology that we have today, I raise the question, why we cannot do this by using the same technology. We are not using any other technology from alien world. We are using the same technology that we are using in Tesla cars and some other robotics applications, but for the right purpose. So we are using the same technology, like computer vision, and some sensors, for building smart glasses for blind people, but not for the, drive people from one place to another place. But I'm doing it for the blind people. And the same thing, why we cannot use the same technology that we are using for make robots dance, and why we cannot use the technology for a paralyzed person to walk, exoskeleton like device. So this is a question I asked myself before starting this proximate, and I found no reason. Actually, I found no proper answer for these questions, and then I decided to answer these questions for myself. So that I started proximate. So just like I mentioned before, I go to Dhawal Patel's store when I met him in a Discord channel, and I mailed him. So he immediately responded me that and provided me a team of computer vision volunteers. And then we started working on these smart glasses, and now we built majority of the machine learning models like smart navigation that helps blind person navigate from one place to another place and help him to avoid collision and suggest him the safe route around that object. And we built currency detection and text recognition reading models that helps the person to identify currency, paper and metal currency, and read printed text and handwritten text. And we built that description system that describe what is happening around the person, uh, just like in the way we see in real world. But the computer will see and explain what is happening around that person. And we are building the communication system, and that communication system person can connect with their loved ones and friends via video calls, audio calls, messaging, and sharing location by using GPS. And yeah, we are working on that uh, these features. So the main problem actually here is these models are working very well in local systems and cloud, but we have not yet tested these systems in uh, edge computer. So that is the pending thing. But the main challenges that we are facing today at ProxMaq is the consistency. So we have we had some talented volunteers at ProxMaq, but the problem is their availability. So since they are volunteers, they are spending their free time whenever they're available. Whenever they have free time, they're giving that time for me, and they're implementing uh, the smart glasses, so that the smart glasses applications. But even they cannot say how long they can contribute and how much time they can give us. Some are very committed, and some are join now and they exit tomorrow, and some say yeah, I can build it. And then after 1 or 2 weeks, they left without doing anything. So this way, actually, this inconsistencies became a big problem at ProxMaq. So that yeah, I'm trying to fix this issue. So yeah, so actually, what I'm trying to do is first now I'm trying to build this primitive prototype. So this is the first prototype of approximation glasses. So yeah, it's different from the final product, but
Mahesh,
our option,
I'm sorry to
yeah.
cut. Are you sharing your screen? Are you showing that particular prototype right now? Because we can see your logo right now, but not the product. In case you're showing that.
No, no, I'm just showing this one.
Okay, okay, great, great.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, we are trying to deploy that first prototype uh, by end of the next month. So hopefully, yeah, once we build that and once we test that, our main objective is just test this machine learning models, how they're working on what edge device, and how this edge device is handling that handling those machine learning models. So that is actually our primary goals at ProxMaq. So yeah, we are focusing on uh, these goals right now. So yeah, this is my story, and this is how I went through this my life situations, and how I led to ProxMaq, and this is where we are now, and this is the problems facing right now at ProxMaq. So yeah, I would like to answer the questions if you have. any. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So, I mean, there are a few questions that we received beforehand, but before that,
okay.
to be very honest, I knew that because based on my conversations with Chanukya, and then since we wanted to share about this event, I got to read a brief introduction about you, but the kind of ordeals that you went through and then you did not give up, that in itself is a fairly big inspiration. How do you generally? I mean, what is the current team size at ProxMaq right now? How many technology people are working with you at the moment? Technology or design?
Yeah, currently at ProxMaq we have around 10 people. So
Hmm.
all are for computer vision,
Hmm.
and we have divided these people into different teams, so that
Hmm.
these teams are working on their particular system. So we have different systems like smart navigation and
Hmm.
smart search for finding the object that is requested by person just by processing voice commands. So, and the smart navigation, just like I explained before, smart navigation helps the person to avoid collision and suggest the safe route around that object. And we have another system to read and detect currency and read text, printed text, and handwritten text. And another system for describing scene in front of the person, and the communication system to connect with his friends and loved ones whenever he go outside. So yeah, these are teams are working on these systems. We have implemented almost all these systems in local computer and cloud, but we have to yet deploy these models in each device and see how these models are working in each device. That
And
is the
these
next.
models have to be working on the
Yeah,
edge. Like these are all. Uh,
exactly.
okay.
Yeah, because in India, actually, our competitors like Envision smart glasses and RPMI glasses, these are a cloud dependent device. So, in order to run those devices, the device must be connected with the internet. So, this
Hmm.
shouldn't be the case in India. So, in India, we have so much problem, network issues. So
Hmm.
if the device will depend on internet, it will lead the person to very dangerous situations.
Yeah.
So that I want to avoid this situation, and I we are actually developing this hardware for these classes, and these all models and systems will run locally in that computer. So that hardware looks like something like a power bank, mobile power bank, so that it can be fit into person pocket. Yeah, and it will be
Okay.
connected to the glasses through wire.
Okay.
Yeah,
And is generally a cost one of the driving factors for you? Let's say because
exactly.
okay.
Exactly, exactly. If you see the competing competitors' price, it would cost around 3 lakhs and 3.5 lakhs. See,
Hmm.
you can Google that and vision smart glasses and OKMI too. Definitely, these are the not affordable prices for
Hmm.
any blind person in the world, except super rich
Yeah.
blind people. Yeah, especially in India, no one can afford these glasses. That is the main reason that I have started this as a non-profit project, so that my goal is to make it affordable for any blind person in India, and they have a right to use the technology. Not this technology is not belongs to anyone, not belongs to Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos or anyone. This belongs to humanity, so that I want to make it available for everyone for the right purpose who are in need. Yeah.
Okay. 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 Um, just to understand one thing, I mean, from you.
Yeah.
So technically, the problem statements that people will be working on would be mostly around computer vision and deploying AI on the edge. Is that correct? If somebody is, let's say, contributing.
That is the technical problems that we are facing now. Yeah,
Okay.
because
And
these machine learning models. Yeah.
No, no, please go ahead, please.
Yeah, actually, these computer vision models are very bit complicated than regular object detection and image classification models. Each system has involved three or four other systems. For example, if you look into smart search, it is not just object detection model. It is also involved with speech recognition model, so that
Hmm.
it will process voice commands, and then it will also not just object detection and speech recognition. Also, it involves distance estimation method, so that it only
Hmm.
not detects the object, but also it will let him know how far it is from the person. So that like this, each system has involved three or more other models, other fields. So that makes this systems and this project is a bit complicated. So yeah, that is what we are working on. Yeah.
And so generally, what I have probably, I mean, one of the community members has, and something that even I have understood over time is that usually in these health tech products, regulatory requirements are usually very high. I mean, the products that you're building, if they have to go to the market, the kind of efficiency that it may be required may be very high. So how is that? How are you tackling that, and how are you how you're targeting to take this to the end consumers who would be able to leverage this?
Yeah, great. Actually, what I am trying to do is currently I'm focusing on this primitive prototype, that is alpha prototype. So once we come up with this prototype, we will come to know what is working and what is not working, and how to optimize the models. And we also will come to know what kind of hardware we are going to use, and what is the price of that hardware components that we require.
Hmm.
So what I am planning is based on these calculations. I'm planning to outsource this hardware development to reduce the production cost. So, and also it requires experts to build these all hardware. So at this phase, we are not affordable to build our own manufacturing unit and afford our own hardware engineers to do these all stuff. So that this if we outsource this, we can reduce almost half of the production cost in this beginning stage, so that this will be uh, a good contributing factor in reducing the final product price. And then for marketing, I mean, to reach the end consumer, I am thinking to collaborate with already established NGOs like Site Savers and Indian Mission Institute, like that, so that I will distribute our product to their to these organizations, and through them it will reach the end customer blind person. And also I will sell these. I will provide these glasses through our website. Yeah. So these
Okay.
are the two different channels I'm currently planning to reach customer.
Okay. But if I
Yeah.
look at it, so considering the spectrum of problems that you're addressing at the moment, you are trying to
Yeah.
build a very affordable solution. You're also trying to build something which can, which may not have to be dependent on the internet for people to use it across, remote locations.
Yeah.
And then
Exactly.
yeah, and then the definitely the resource constraint of being a young company. So how do you I mean, how does somebody who is willing to contribute to you, let's say somebody, I am sure there will be a lot of people who are inspired, who watching this session would want to connect with you. First off, how do they connect with you? And secondly, if they start working with you, what is what do you expect from the data scientists who are working with you and helping you in solving these particular set of problems that you're coming across?
Okay. Yeah. They can go to our website, visit our website, and they can connect to that. They have provided my mail and my mobile number there, so they can connect me through that. And
Hmm.
also, I will provide my email and my mobile number here, so they can
Hmm.
connect me through that. And
Okay, nice.
yeah, I cannot understand. I don't understand your second question. Can you please repeat it?
So, generally, what is your expectation from somebody who's looking to work with ProxMac? I mean, do people contribute full time? Do they work over weekends? So, let's say somebody from the community wants to come forward and collaborate with you. What would you expect from them generally?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, to make a good progress and to overcome our current problems, consistency problem. So I just expecting a person to be fully committed and fully motivated and spend at least minimum just 4 hours per day. uh, that is enough, at least 5 days per week, so that in that way we can make a good progress and we can meet our goals and milestones. And also, yeah, since it is a very complicated models, they have good understanding in computer vision and these are models and these architectures, so that will be very helpful for us to catch up this uh, the progress we have already made. Yeah.
Okay. And on the technology side of things, let's say data science level, is there any problem that you are stuck with at the moment? Or technology is something which seems to be sorted, and maybe the implementation is where you are, facing challenges with having people to implement.
Yeah, actually, it's in our smart glasses, the technology mostly involved is computer vision and NLP and
Mm.
IoT. These are the three technologies that are involved in our project currently. So I'm just looking for who is experienced, have experience in these three fields. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough. And
Yeah.
I'm just curious to know this because given the kind of problem statement you're tackling, it seems to be very important one, but it is a difficult problem to solve. So what motivated you on day zero to even start off with such a humongous problem to solve? Because yeah, you mentioned a few brands who are already building solutions on these problems, but the price point that they're working at and given the teams they have, competing against them in itself is a difficult problem statement to solve. So what inspired you the most? How do you keep this motivation ongoing on a continuous basis? And I'm asking this because a lot of data scientists in our community would also be working on solving some difficult problem statements. But yeah, if it is especially something as big as this, they may come across roadblocks. So, what keeps you constantly motivated generally? Anything that you want to share?
Motivating, just like I mentioned before, I the main motivation source for me is the problems I'm facing right now in my life,
Hmm.
and I can imagine the same problems or facing the same problems or for millions of blind people, millions of disabled people around the world. So this is my main motivation. I don't care what is the competitor and where they're from and what is the technology and what is the complexity level of the technology. So that with this motivation, I'm going to step by step and solving one problem after one problem. Yeah, nothing more motivation source than this problem. So that, yeah, finally, just yeah, just like I mentioned before, I want to fill this gap between the regular, able society and between disabled society, so that if I can build fill this gap with the technology, they will come to the regular society. The person who's the person cannot walk like me, if he get an exoskeleton that let him walk to step into the outside, there will be no difference between the other person and me myself, right? So that there is no need to think that I am different and no other people can differentiate me from the other people. I can go and I can do everything, every stuff that other people can do. I can play with kids and I can do work. I can go work. I can climb steps. I can go wherever I want. So that if I feel like that, so that if I feel I'm no different from the other people, I'm not less capable of doing things than other people. I There is no reason that I think I'm different. So that I will concentrate on my goals and my dreams, and also society will cooperate with me, so that every person can pursue their dreams that way. So, yeah, this is the only thing I'm trying to do. So this is the only gap I'm trying to fill. Yeah, through this, by filling this gap, I will want to let these disabled people go to the regular society just like others. Yeah,
Okay. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm continuously asking questions. If somebody wants from the community who's attending now, you want to ask any questions to Mahesh, they should, feel
yeah,
free
yeah, no
to ask.
problem. These are the actually great questions, so that helps me to clear. So actually, by giving long session, I missed many points. Actually, this was my first session, so sorry if I have missed any mistake and I have missed any points.
No, no, you
These
don't
were
have to
the
apologize. Yeah,
actually
yeah,
these
no.
kind of questions helps me to come to missing points. Yeah. So
No,
yeah.
no. I think we are the ones on the receiving end. We are the ones who are learning there. So I think, yeah, it's definitely not the you're not the one who have to, maybe, yeah. I think the presentation was also very insightful, and the kind of problem statements that you mentioned are very, very interesting. One thing that I generally want to understand towards the end is basically, do you think that as a society or as an overall system, we are providing enough resources to non-profits like yours to kind of take it to the finish line and take it to the end consumer? Because when we look around, there are some very interesting, not companies but non-profits who have stemmed out of India, who are solving some very big social problems, but they're not maybe very big in number. As a research society, what I have seen generally is the one that you mentioned. People are running behind solving some, building more and more advanced solutions, but inclusivity again is not the primary problem statement for them. Making it
Exactly.
an
Yeah.
affordable level, yeah. So do you think as a society we are doing enough, or what do you think? What is something that you believe you would want as a founder for the society to do for people like you who are doing so much for us?
Yeah. Actually, see, if we look at the technology that we are having now. We are we have the technology, but we are actually in implementation era. So that we are not innovating something new, but we are creating a new application of existing technology by using the existing technology. There is an Amazon and Flipkart and now Meesho, and uh, there is Facebook and Snapchat and Instagram. We are we are continuing this. Actually, we trapped in this kind of loop that making that entertain people more entertain and make people life more easy and more easy and more easy. We are just in more and more in this kind of loop, but we are not coming out of this box because entrepreneurs are not thinking out of the box because people don't want. If they entrepreneurs go out of this box, they obviously meet with bankruptcy. So that is no entrepreneur will risk that kind of. So that is the main problem here. So, for example, if you take Elon Musk, if he is not, if it is not from Elon Musk, and if it is not from United States, I'm sorry to say this, but if the SpaceX would be in India, definitely after 1 year or within 2 years, it would go bankrupt. I am sure actually. So, so yeah, this is actually we are very just it's my opinion, we are very hard to accept the change, whether in technology and in life. It's very we are just no, we are used to no, we're just in this loop that we're using the existing technology to make it more and improve that same technology and more and more. So finally, there is no nothing new. There is nothing to use to solve the actual uh, need that required for mankind. So this is the actually the the main part. That this is the actually the main problem that we are currently facing. That is actually unknown problem. So no one actually able to perceive this, because we are thinking that yeah we're thinking like we have Facebook, and we have Snapchat, and we have Instagram. So Facebook, Instagram has more features than Facebook, but the feature is same, just a small improvements from Facebook to Instagram. Nothing new. So the same entertainment, the same reels, same messaging, but small themes changes like that. This is the actually what we calling is improvement and implementations. So we are actually stuck this implementation era from past 1 decade. If you see in 1990s, that is actually the innovation era. So we are innovative, like internet things, in internet and semiconductors and in space. We did a lot of things in 1990s like that. We did a moon landing, and we did different nuclear propulsion rocket systems. We tried, and we tried launching first human to orbit, first rocket. But if you see, like for past 1 or 2 decades, there is no nothing like this kind of innovations in in this technology era. Even if Elon Musk SpaceX, we did that launch, vertical launch on moon with our moon landing mission. So for me, it is also nothing more new technology for us, and because of the promotion and the marketing, it became very hype and like that. The same thing, yeah, it's happening. Actually, our lives and our technology life is just in hands of the rich people and billionaires and business magnates. So wherever they steer, we are going in that direction. So wherever whatever the technology they want to put in our lives, we are accepting that. So we are used to do this, and we are stuck in this. Look, this has to change. So then only we will come up with new innovations, new breakthrough technologies, that we can be able to look into different dimensions of this life, and we can explore different technologies, that our lifestyle will be much more different than we imagine if we think like in this direction. In few years, in few decades, it will change much more if we come out of this box. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that perspective. Yeah, I would agree to a lot of things that you have said, and it's very inspiring for me also. By the way, people who are attending, a few of them have come forward to give some words of praise. For example, Ruthvi says, even if you miss any point, what we knew about you, that's adequate to motivate us, and that's fairly true. The journey in itself is fairly inspiring. There is a question that Alan has asked that I want to pick up quickly. Is basically he says that how do you plan to make your initiative sustainable as a non-profit? I mean, yeah, how do you plan to cover the cost given that you want to make this affordable?
Yeah, actually, I'm not. Be honestly, I'm not giving this product totally for free. So I am actually trying to give it for an affordable price, a fair price that any blind person can afford it. So that is a income source, first income source, and then we are also trying to get donations and fundings from governments and big corporate companies and individuals. And yeah, these are the two sources in my mind to make it sustainable. So yeah, because if we
And
go beyond that, yeah,
no, no, please,
yeah,
please go ahead.
yeah. If I go beyond that, beyond this, then I have to make it for profit. I have to convert this in profit company, and there will be so much uh, funding. So I already met with some investors, and they tried to they suggested me to convert it as a non-profit company, and they said it has huge potential to success, and they will invest whatever they want. I want, but I refused that because if I let them invest in my company, they I have to provide something for them, and automatically it will become profitable project. And if I turn this into profitable project, I cannot sell this for an affordable price at affordable price. So I
Hmm.
don't want to go to that. Yeah.
And I think this is an interesting perspective that you're sharing. That you will, yeah, you will sell it for some price which is affordable by all. Plus, you will get backing from grants from government, CSR funds, and all. One thing that I want to understand is generally, as a product, innovator. If I'm just thinking out loud, let's say the other products, if the building is for around 3 lakh rupees and they're selling it for 3 lakh rupees, how are you planning to sell this for, let's say, some 3,000 or 30,000 rupees? How do you think that is possible? Where is that, what is that gap or the missing piece of puzzle that you have found that makes you believe that you can sell it at an affordable price?
Yeah, actually, the main cost factor in this project is hardware. So that
Mm,
if we build the software, we can reuse that software except small implementations, improvements.
mm,
So if we solve this hardware problem, and if we solve this hardware production problem, I don't think it will be a big issue to make it affordable. So yeah, that is where I'm thinking about it. So yeah, yeah.
mm,
Actually, since we are in alpha prototype, a primitive prototype, actually we are not actually sure about the hardware requirements. So how much powerful processor it requires, and how much other what components we require for other functions. So yeah, that is why we are waiting for this alpha prototype, so that it will provide more information, and we'll get clear calculations and estimations about this cost. But yeah, it's not a big deal because in India we can easily solve this, you know, uh, cost efficiency issue. We already proved that in launching moon satellite and building rockets. So it's not a big deal for any Indian entrepreneur.
yeah, we love your spirit, Mahesh,
Yeah.
and it has been it has been a very inspiring one session for me. Before we wrap this particular discussion, do you want to probably pass on one last message to everyone who's attending as of now? Anything that you would want to want people to know as a last takeaway from the session?
Yeah. Actually, first, what I'm saying is don't look at disabled people like they are from alien world. They may lose some physical abilities, but they still have feelings, and they still have dreams, and they still have hopes, and they still want to pursue their dreams. So just look at them in positive way, so that not only gives them a positive vibe, but also encourage them to achieve something new, something for society. Because, for example, if you give a food for a beggar, then he will show a great gratitude, and if he is capable, he will want to do anything, uh, anything he wants. He capable to do for you. So the same gratitude will show any disabled person if you just give them, if you just look at them just like a regular person, and that gratitude will not only helps you but also it helps the entire mankind. So basically, what I'm saying is, I'm not saying that normal people are less motivated, but disabled people are went through some kind of immense pressure from society and from family. So they ultimately build some burning desire to achieve these limits, and they have some burning desire to prove themselves that they can achieve anything. So this burning desire is very very important, especially in these times. So if we let this desire die, that will be a great loss for us, for humanity. So just learn to look at them like that. Just look at the uh, just like a normal person, treat them like a normal person. And the next one is, uh, so I am trying to build. I'm just trying to fill the gap that let the disabled person gain the physical movement that they lost. But the rest of the responsibility is on society to treat them. So
Mm.
I can give the last moment, but I cannot provide them job. So that, just if you don't look at them a disabled person, you can find the true potential in his. So that is an our society responsibility to treat him. If we fix that, even if you get his loss functions, if we treat him, if we fix that he is disabled, he cannot involve in regular people in regular tasks, then if we fix in that, I cannot do anything. Any NGO cannot do anything. So, and what I'm saying is the real change should start in society, not in any particular NGO or any particular tech company like me, like ProxMaq. And the next thing is, at ProxMaq, if you yeah, yeah, it's actually for ProxMaq, my request. So if you are an individual, or if you are an organization willing to provide your team for ProxMaq to develop these models, just please yeah, I will provide my email and contact number here. Just please contact me, and I will be connect, and we will schedule another meeting so that I will explain everything about the project. So yeah, that would be really grateful for us. So just like as I mentioned before, uh, if volunteers are facing this kind of commitment and consistency, lack of consistency issue. So I'm trying to solve these issues. So yeah, if you're willing to contribute, and if you wish to provide your team, then please meet with me. Yeah, that helps us to achieve our goals soon and achieve our milestones soon, and allow me to introduce this life-changing product to the blind people. Yeah,
Thank you so much, Mahesh.
thank you.
The last, set of takeaways in itself, they were very, very succinct and uh, fairly something that people should consider. And yeah, it's yeah, even from the end of DeFi, we would definitely urge the community to come forward and start contributing to projects like these, which are working towards an impact. And it's not like, yeah, they have a considerable progress. It's not, they may be working like it's day zero, but it's not day zero. They have a significant progress. They have a they have a very inspiring founder, driving team. So come forward, help them out. Let's work together and
Thank you.
solve these problems. So thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Mahesh, for being with us
Thank you
today. It
very much,
was
Nidhi, for this
a
wonderful
pleasure.
opportunity.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much. Yeah. Thank you everyone who joined in. We'll see you this Saturday in the upcoming sessions. Looking forward. Bye.